to Catalano TV and Bustin' Balls. I'd like to bring on our special guest. It's been a long time coming. As a man that I've learned to respect, he's a funny guy. He's known around the Dabbleverse with a lot of people, and he brings a lot to the table. I'd like to welcome the one and only Sperg Snake. Welcome to Catalano TV.
Yeah, that was a fucking pro intro, Joey. Thank you so very much, dude. It makes me feel good inside that you say that. Yeah, I do try to be somewhat respectful to most people. With that being said, fuck you, Joey. No, I'm kidding.
I do got a little surprise I want to play for you. So enjoy this. This must go right now.
Oh, hold the phone, hold the cannoli. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a super tip. Somebody just came in hot like a New York summer sidewalk.
Wait a minute. Let me check my glasses. Is that a super tip? Yeah, that's definitely a super tip. I haven't seen numbers like that since Joey tried to count push-ups in 1987.
Look at this guy. Absolute legend. My friend, you just fueled the engine of Catalana TV tonight. Respect, brother. We appreciate you more than you know. And speaking of legends, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever on Catalana TV, give a big...
Uh-oh.
A big what?
A big what? It was supposed to say a big welcome to Mr. Sperg Snake is what it was supposed to say.
I'll take it.
Of course, Joey would find a way to fuck it up.
Well, we left them guessing, you know.
It wouldn't be a Catalano show if it wasn't, somewhat imperfect. Somewhat imperfect. Thank you, Joey. Thank you, Joey, for having me. Thank you, Lou, for having me. Appreciate it being here. Some people might consider me being in the Lion's Den, seeing as how I will be on BYB later tonight, just after this show. But, it's all in good-natured fun for the most part.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Good evening, my man, Bo Barrington. How are you? Welcome to the show. Mud Shark, welcome.
We got the usual boys here, I believe. Usual.
I forgot to tweet this, so let me.
So tonight, Sperg, we're not gonna really
welcome Ronnie.
Rip on anybody. We got a good guest tonight. You do bring great conversation, so we pretty much wanted to just welcome you, talk. I know you're very good in a lot of areas, so we're gonna just leave it up to you what you feel like talking about. And we're gonna roll with you, and we're gonna let you have your debut on Catalana TV, a memorable one. Especially since you're going over to do your regular show tonight, and I know how a lot of those guys over there don't like me, and I want to show them I treated one of their guys with class. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, you're fine with that, dude. That's exactly why I'm here, because I know you would be nice to me. You guys don't have any clips or anything prepared, nothing for me to comment on? Well, I mean, we could probably go ahead.
There's a lot of talk about this. A lot of people are talking about wanting to know how Joey C got a better pineapple filter than pineapple itself. There's a subject we could talk about.
Okay. I did see that. I saw your shorts that you put out, and I saw a bit of a back and forth with you and Mr. Pineapple. Let me ask you that. What kind of terms are you on with the Pineapple? Because I do a little bit of work with him from time to time.
Listen to me.
And so does Lou. So
yeah, I know that. And when it's all said and done at the end of the day, the past 3 years, if I learned anything, it was definitely a learning experience. I had a lot of humps and bumps, that. I gave a lot of personal information about myself. I was very forth with everything I put on, which, when you put stuff out, you got to expect the backlash. The fortunate thing about it is being as transparent as I've been the last 3 years, and now in my presidential campaign, which I'm even making sure I'm redoing that all again, because what I'm doing is de-weaponizing people when they come after me. When some of the bigger candidates come after me to just expose me as a criminal, I de-weaponize them. But I think the Pineapple is sometimes I don't understand his humor. I guess I could say that, because I'm really was never really into that too much humor in my life. You know what I'm saying? Comedy wasn't my first forte. So that's why it took me why I probably argued with a lot of people and took things out of content. I mean, there were things that you got to admit that were done very raw, brutally to me in the beginning. Like, Melton, what he did was unforgivable, stuff like that, But Rochi, he knows he presses the line with me, and he does. He still tries, but I've learned to ignore him. But Pineapple, I got mixed emotions. I don't hate the guy, but I think if he could bust my balls and then I come up with this filter thing and he's getting a little razz, I enjoy it, because I should be able to bust his balls back too. You know what I'm saying? And,
absolutely. And that's why I enjoyed it. I was like, see, you picked a filter that's going to really make him feel a little uncomfortable. because now you're not. So I'm talking to a buddy that does a little bit of trolling in another community, and the concept, and Luigi Greenberg was doing it to Karmic, but it's called troll cow. Like, I hate to say this, Joey, but sometimes people consider you to be a bit of a lol cow. So, like, in reverse, you would be dressing up like Pineapple to troll him back.
Correct.
And doing his mannerisms and a terrible British accent and things like that. So I like the concept of what you're doing here.
Yeah. Well, I haven't mastered it yet how to bring it live because it's Snapchat. I can do it on my phone. I can do videos. So I'm working on that now. There's certain things you got to download so I can bring it over to here. If I would have had it today, I just was busy. I had late lunch with Lou, and I had I had to go to my wife had to go to Walmart, so we were there an hour longer than I wanted to. So I had to hurry up and scramble home. But I send him at 3:00 in the morning. I'll send him, hey, your brother, Evil Pineapple. How are you, brother?
There's an extension that you got to use for the computer.
Yeah, there is exactly. And I
you got to go into the. You're using Chrome, correct?
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. So
it's called Filter on Me is the best one to use. That adapted over to here is what
I know. There's a Snapchat filter. I downloaded it, but I never fucking went through the extra steps to go.
I'm not the best savvy guy, so I'm learning as I do it, So I'm trying, and I think I've gotten a lot better. But I really don't. Listen, I've got used to it. The only thing I ever had a gripe was if you're going to come after me, just make sure if I'm telling you something and I'm telling you how I got arrested, don't add stuff to it. Don't make me to be a crime that I didn't do. Don't just bust my balls. Call me every name in the book. But like Rochi with the 247. He goes on
How
and
did
on
you
and
survive being stabbed 47 times?
Yeah, for being stabbed 47. No one could survive a stabbing of 47 times. I mean, come on, Rochi. I mean,
Well, that's where I think it's supposed to be an over-the-top egregious addition. Like nobody's really gonna believe that. But I also understand what you're saying about it being that. It's with that situation. Saying you owe $10,000 to the government is one thing. Saying that what happened with you and your daughter and making it a little more exaggerated and a joke, that might be a little sensitive to you. I get it. But also calling you,
people are
saying
things they hope she finishes the job. It's I get it, but I also thought about it very hard, and I'm not going to subject my daughter to being on any screen live with. And at first she was gonna do a show with Christina. Basically, nothing really dab of her. She was, she's very fluent in sign language. She's very good. So I told her to make extra money. I'm going to make her edit all my videos. I got 1,500 videos she could start with that she could start editing, pick out the best clips. So that's her little assignment, and I'll pay her monthly for that. And it'll give her a little extra money that she'll have in her pocket. We'll start her there. But I'm going to keep her very much behind the scenes. She was just talking to me today. She's down to 84 days and about her outfit. And I don't want to mail it there because if anything happens, if it gets lost in the system or they do stuff, I just said, I'll have a suitcase for you in the back seat of the car. When he pick you up, you come out in your shorts and your slides from there. And Christine will have makeup for you and we'll give you the bag. You go we'll stop and then you can change into comfortable clothes that we got you today. And then we'll go to lunch and then we'll head home, so, and that's our plan. So. That's the plan for
good day. That'll be a beautiful day, man.
It will be. I'm looking forward to seeing her. I haven't seen her in a long time, and I talk to her every day. And she thanked me last night she says, Dad, you know that I'm really sorry for what happened, and I hope that I know you guys forgave me. And I go, Heather, if Christina didn't forgive you, you have to listen. This is how I put it to her. She goes, did Christina really love me and forgive me? I go, let me ask you a question, Heather. If you would have did this to anybody else, how many years do you think you would have got? She goes, 30 years to life. I go, you probably would have got life. You understand that? Especially in the state of Florida. I go, Christina went to bat for you after you carved her up and she died in the chopper and 8 hours of surgery to bring her back, to save her. And then she went for a year and a half of hell because you hit lungs, punctured her lungs. And there were some wounds they couldn't sew up because they were so big. I said, and she went to the court, every court case with the IV drip carrying the thing. For vancomycin was her, and she fought hard and got you 10 years probation. If you think she didn't forgive you, you better reevaluate that because I think she loves you and forgave you. You know what I'm saying? So she looked at that. She goes, I love her so much. I have to make up a lot of stuff. I go, you don't have to do nothing but just move forward. Heather was very negative a lot in her life, and
I still am. It's a struggle, dude.
It is a struggle, but for her, negativity is not good, and she's got to understand that everybody has changed. I'm evolved. I'm a 60-year-old man now, so I'm not the same father that I was at 50, 40, or 30. But she's got to know one thing: we don't mess with drugs anymore anywhere. We don't hang around anybody that does that, and she can never go back to that life. And I told her that's the only thing that will hang you with us is if you ever attempt to try to contact your ex-boyfriend, because I know what he's still doing out there. You got to change people, places. She goes, Dad, I want to get my GED. I want to get my new old cochlear implant in my head. I want to work on me. I love you for doing this for me. And I just want to be close. She goes, and she said to me, you're my best friend, Dad. This is what she said to me last night. She goes, you're my best friend. And thank you for all the advice and taking my phone call as much as you have every day. Her own mother don't even take her phone call every day. I take it twice a day. It's my child,
What are you talking about, bro? We were fucking smoking a doobie before we left the fucking Waffle House.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Well, that's one thing, that's one thing that I can tell you. Honestly, I never did. I never got into pot. I did it one time. I never liked it. I didn't like the high, and I never smoked it again. It's just like cigarettes. I smoked it one time as a child. I got very sick, and my grandmother that lesson was so I never would smoke because she was dying of lung cancer from cigarettes. So I was lucky there. My doctor even said with all the drugs I induced, and I wasn't really a big drinker, not smoking probably helped me a lot. Not smoking cigarettes helped me probably a lot for, if you stay off drugs for a long time and you start getting healthy and you start eating nutrition, you can repair things in your body that you need to produce and have that produce things to fix. Your brain cells can grow back. You can start getting healthy there too, which I am. And it's a slow process. I look at Sperg. I was a big guy. I was fat, I've lost a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, he used to not fit in the booth.
Lou said today, he goes, damn, and I remember when you tried to get in that squeeze in the booth in the restaurant, you were belly. And then he says, man, I went right there and there was this. I'm glad that I finally came to my senses to take care of myself because the only one that was going to do it, I had to do all the work myself.
1% a day, dude. Just try to improve yourself 1% a day. It'll grow exponential.
And that.
Start with a glass of water every morning. Just develop a good habit.
Yeah. Sorry, man, in the beginning, I used to argue with everybody. You would make comments, but I wanted to ask you one thing. You a long time ago, when you thought a lot of people thought I was done, and I think it was right after Lou and I kind of stopped the show, and I think I saw you on the show saying that you thought it was a mistake, and you felt that you didn't think I could come back and survive coming back strong with the Dabbleverse because of what I did, leaving, going, and not being consistent. But then about 3 weeks ago, I heard you on a show, and you said. You said something like, from your exact words were, up and coming, someone that's going to hit hard and is up on a coming rise, and this time is going to be big. You said I was. Can you elaborate what you meant by that? You went from saying that I was done, you didn't think I could recover for getting my popularity back, to you thought I was going to be full throttle and this was going to be big.
Well, flat out, dude. Like that's it. It did. You mentioned it earlier. You had a very rough start, not just from Rochi, but a lot of other people too. There was shit going on in the Discords. You were in Discord yelling at people, and I was yelling back, and we were all fucking shouting at each other. And me and Honk the Clown did a little show a couple of nights, and then I'm fighting with MSIP, and he's calling me a F slur and other such. It's your channel. I'll try to keep it clean.
That's okay.
But you know what I mean? So it was very combative and all of that. And even with MSIP later on, there was so many mutual friends. I was just like, dude, I can't keep doing this with you.
Yeah.
But back to the point with ADHD shoot. You did come back and you did keep an audience. You are keeping an audience. People are busting your balls about it being as many people as it is. I don't care one way or the other. Because I think everybody does that. Shout out to Pest too, by the way.
Now that's
but you're always, at least you're trying new things, and that was one of my criticisms, is to stick to it. Pick one and stick to it a little longer,
right,
before you abandon it for the next thing.
Right.
But what is you just, if you want, I got an idea and you want to run with it. You're you. I can't stop that. I can offer advice, and. It's the Dabbleverse, dude. There's people leaving, so there's room to grow. So if you really want to push your own content now, it's probably So here we go. Fuck that pineapple right now and Shmuel Buckman for going up against me and Joey and Lou, the 3 fucking best dudes on the internet right at this moment. So on them, how about that? You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah. I want Pineapple to know that I really don't have no ill will. He's really bitter right now with this pineapple thing. I can tell by the way he sends me messages. I think I hit a nerve, and that was my whole point.
Good.
I said it's my turn now. I took over a year from you, and you know what? It's I told him plain up, say goodbye, brother, to the pineapple show. The new pineapple's here, gonna steal it all. And I'm just trying to have fun. And I hope he, out of all people, who is pretty good at what he does, I give him credit. He does do a good show. And just give me a little credit. I don't
depending on what it is.
I don't want no stardom. You know what? If people, it's like the other day, I did something that was really good, but they had to find something because they couldn't give me the day to pick me apart with something else just because they can't give Joey C any day where he is victory all day long. They just can't do it.
I understand because it's going on with John right now, and me being the reluctant one, I was talking, maybe I was talking with Lou. I know I was talking with my friend Annie about it this morning.
I like Annie. I met Annie a few times.
And she even, who is a massive John hater, I'm not trying to speak for anybody, but I know she don't like John as much as everybody else don't like John, gave John credit for showing up. Yeah, he is stupid. I know he's stupid. But he at least, showed up and did his thing. And so I get what you're saying. At least try to give credit where credit's due. As much as I don't like John, I got to give him some credit for what he did on that show. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can give you some credit for, and here's another example about it too. Like Ashley Cummings came into the Dabbleverse. Let's strike all the Clippers. Let's do all blah, blah, blah. Now she's liked amongst most of the people. Same with you. I would say it's always going to be
It's always going to go like this.
You're
it's
even
be a fucking roller coaster.
Yeah. And that's the thing, Joey. You got it pretty damn good if you're walking half the room half the time.
Yeah,
because it keeps people are talking shit and the other people are praising shit. You got just enough people for you and fighting against you.
I agree.
And it's pretty good.
I'm
I think it's pretty good.
Sperg, I'm grateful. I when I took off and Lou and I, we kind of split up, and I was just, I did like 70 shows the rest of the 7 months, but I'm grateful. I kept 75 people stayed and paid their memberships every month. That whole time I wasn't consistent, and that speaks volume for me. That might not be a lot of numbers, but 75 people I know for sure that are true to the channel and me. So that's something. And I knew I wasn't a comedian. I wasn't somebody famous. I knew that I could never get the MLC stardom or as popular as people don't like Shuli, but Shuli was in this public spotlight for a lot of years. He was one of the greatest shows around. So I love Shuli to death. I think he's creative, and I like the guy. Whether nobody likes it, I'll never have to say a bad word about him because he was always kind to me. You know what I'm saying? Brennan and I have had our differences, but the man has been really super kind to me and saying nice things about me. He put Mike and me together, which Mike. I love doing the show with Mike Bichetti. A lot of people don't understand it. They criticize it, but a lot of people are Mike's fans, and I told Mike straight up, I prefer that I draw up a contract that you look over and everything is done, the business part. So that I'm a straight shooter and I'm not here to cheat anybody. And he loved that. And I gave it to him. And Mike is Mike wanted always to be able to, his ideas to be. So I gave him creative writing on the show. He does whatever he sends me to do. We're going to do that Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Stop showing movie clips.
Right. Well, we got in trouble the last couple of weeks showing movie clips. MGM knocked us hard last week.
So I have to ask this question.
Yeah.
Pest. No, I did not know Doom was doxxed by who. And supposedly an Ava country, whatever country.
Well, we were going to touch on that today. We were going to ask Sperg's honest opinion. We were going to ask you this. Lou and I practiced because Lou and I are both kind of at a standstill. Now, I understand. Hear me out before you make anything. Now, I'm a guy that that I could be very vindictive, but I'm not vindictive, John. I'm not going to just straight out and go out and dox somebody. I'm going to do it in a way that only that person's going to know that I know something. And if they turn around and go, here's an example. I said something about talking about The Godfather and Sonny Corleone. That moment when I was talking about that, Kahuna right away, he's doxing my first name, Sonny. No one knew that until he said it. Even though he knows what I was doing. My intentions were to make sure he understands. You understand? You follow me what I'm saying? They're doing the same thing to Lou now. So if
ain't doing shit to me.
If we're just if I'm just giving a message where I only know
we know where I stand,
and nobody else has an idea what they're all go, what's he talking about? How does this have anything to do the show? But that person is in the chat room, and I know he's going to get the message. Why would he go ahead and do that?
I understand exactly what you're saying, and yeah, you got to be careful though, man, because we're in the dabble person. Everybody's the number one thing is reactionary. If people are going to be reactionary, and Cupcake also knows, like, that's what's going to get attention.
Right.
And here's the thing. I don't know Kahuna's kid's name.
No, it wasn't even his name. It was supposedly his name, but I don't know.
Oh, okay. Either way, yeah, it's a veiled punch. It's like it's very. I don't necessarily like that. I see what you're doing. It's intimidation, if anything.
Right. Here, 3 days ago, this Landon guy came up, and I really laughed. We showed it last week about making anybody but Joey C for president.
Patriotic.
Right. And I think he did. I was laughing myself. But then he went a little farther, and he started calling me a scumbag piece of shit. So I was in his chat. He did a 7-hour show last week that pertained to me, 7 fucking hours long. And I stood there. And we were arguing back and forth. So I went and I said some things to him like this. Oh, by the way, did you know I used to work at the ballpark of Arlington, right? Which is the Texas. He goes, oh, you're going to dox me now because I live on Arlington, you bastard. And I'm like, why would he say that? It had nothing to do with anybody knowing that I was saying what I know. And here's the other thing. It's all public now. You put his name in, everything comes up on him, his phone number, everything, because he owned a production company. And he chose to put that up there. But now he's coming after me saying, okay, I don't understand. I think a little different than people. People think I think the dumb way. I don't understand. Yes, I'm showing intimidation. He was right about that. I was trying to intimidate him. You're 100% right. I will give him that, give you that. It is an intimidation tactic that I do use. But I would
There's other ways you could go about it, though, without having to.
I understand that. You're right. And I agree with that. But my point is, they are the ones making the choice to dox themselves at that point. Not me.
That is true. Again, I don't hang around the inner circle of the country greasy bumpkins, so I would never know a set individual's name. So for him to keep insinuating that I doxed him, he's a fucking clown. How about you look at your inner fucking circle, you dummy? I don't roll with your clique. Your clique is beneath me. I will never hang out with a greasy dirtbag who shits on his ex for shits and giggles. That's a scum of the earth who thinks fucking a 19-year-old is the fucking trophy. Bitch, you a fucking child molester, even though she's an adult. Like I say, I don't play fair. I hit below the belt. I don't give a fuck. You look like a homeless fucking jack-off who needs to go get a fucking haircut. So quit trying to say I want to be on your pathetic ass fucking show when I don't, because I would never go on a show with you. I don't care for you and the fucking rednecks you hang out with. You bunch of bastards are fucking beneath me. Understand, you niggas can't hang with a G like me where I grew up. You bitches would be ran off the block in a heartbeat. I rode with some real motherfuckers. You guys don't. You guys just talk all the shit you want. Oh, tight guy this and tough guy that, blah, 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 blah. Eat a bag of dicks. And to prove my point, even though that dumb scumbag was doxxed supposedly on a certain show, I never went to go look because I don't care about you. You are an irrelevant piece of dog shit beneath my foot.
Well, we only got one N-bomb, so I'm proud of you, Lou. You did one N-bomb. That was it. That was good. You did very well. You did very well. Very well.
Like,
again, I was waiting for him to pull out the
Ronnie
fucking
Mudd,
9 real
like
quick.
Ronnie, you want to know who
here
I'm
we go.
thinking about? Here we go. I don't hide. That bitch-ass motherfucker named Granny.
Granny,
God,
I know.
I wish you would come down to Joey's new place so we could link up, my nigga. Straight up. Come on down.
Well,
Let's
and
hang out.
I know who else you're talking about too, and kind of shout out to Triple G. I like G.
I
GGG. He's all right.
Cool with Triple G. I like Triple G.
He's all right.
At the end,
Straight up. I'll tell you guys all. Fuck Live Ween, fuck Rev, and fuck Granny. Oh, and fuck Uncle Jack too. You don't like it? I don't give a shit. You 4 white devils can suck my
white devils.
All right, Lewis, focus piece.
Yep.
Let's go. Let's have some fucking fun.
We're busting balls. That's the name of the show.
I will take it to levels you don't want me to. I don't play this tick for tack. Let's play the witty bullshit. No, bitch ass nigga. I'm going to take it to where you've been personally dumped in a fucking trash house for rehabilitation because you suck as a father. Let's keep going, bitch. Let's have some fucking fun. I don't give a fuck. Grab you by your long ass hair, bend you over, and slap the shit out of you. Next.
All right.
Well, that was it. That was interesting. But no, I think one of the things that chapped me really a lot in the beginning is there's trolls, there's super trolls that are really out for your throat. They want to end you early. They want to just take and rip your guts out, and they do. They try. On a note with a guy like me, that fueled me more trying to come and rip my heart out because I like to argue and I like to fight. So they didn't know that in the beginning. So they didn't know I would. They were shocked. I think when I was still hanging after a year of them trolling me. I'm pretty sure they were pretty shocked. And that's when the table turned for me because they knew that I could. Let's go. I'll do this 24/7. If you guys think I'm going to run off, nobody's going to run me off. And I think that's where the mutual thing went away, where a lot of them just gave up and they said, this guy, we just can't fucking shake this guy. And they never would have. I would have never gave in. For the principle is, I can't. As a man, the way I'm built, I could never give in to something like that. I would never. I would have to be dead first to do it. And the other thing I think that I don't like about is a lot of trolls feel they're the only ones that have a voice to say what they want. But when you finally bite back at them, when you finally take it, they don't like that. They can't. They're the ones that really are soft skinned. They can't handle it. They can dish it, but they can't handle it.
Well, and so like I mentioned a little bit earlier, there's this other guy that I kind of sort of have been trolling. He's completely not Dabbleverse. The channel is Dancing with Ghosts. If anybody wants to go have a look, this guy has a Robert Stack tattoo on his arm. Full color Robert Stack from Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh my God.
But he has a band and his band stinks. It's not that great. And all he does on his channel is criticize other bands and talk music snobbery stuff. And so everybody fucks with him in the chat. And, a couple people do. And it's the same situation where he's just like, he can criticize other people, but not take it back. And a lot of people do end up,
Sure.
You're good at dodging a punch for a while, but everybody gets one on the chin every now and again, and that will earn some respect, mutual respect. Fisticuffs has always been the way men handle each other's shit.
I agree. Now, let me ask you a question. Are you part of this big poker thing that's on Thursday nights? This stream that we play poker?
No, not with Trucker. I mean, sort of. I think something that I was doing with.
Ain't it?
No,
that's the confusion that's going to happen now.
Yeah.
There's more of a private one that me and Annie and a few other people, we get together once or twice a month. It's supposed to be today. I think today's Wednesday. Yesterday was the day that we were supposed to do it. I was supposed to get back with you, Lou. I'm sorry. I got busy with some stuff.
I wasn't, honestly. I've been busy.
Nobody made it anyway. That's what I mean. So we try to just schedule it. But the one that with Trucker Andy and on all apologies, that's like just a wrap up show. That's a different style. I'm in that tomorrow.
They invited me to come play poker.
Yes, they also invited me as well. I just couldn't make it last week.
If you win,
so I'll let them know.
Dr. Steve and Pat Dixon, you play the champ. They're supposed to be the two guys you play it if you win out of the group.
Yeah, Dr. Steve won last week, and Pat won the week before that.
Okay, that's
it's a tournament thing that's going on, and so when you talk to Trucker Andy, he'll explain some more of the details to you.
I was impressed. I was thankful because I do occasionally like to play Hold'em. I enjoy it, and so I was I think I could be available. So I told him last night I'd be in. I got to send my $20 Venmo after I get off the show tonight. Put that in, and then I guess I'll be seeing what I can do tomorrow night on his show. So. And I'm looking forward to it.
Do you play a lot of poker?
I haven't. I haven't played in a while. I used to play a lot. I used to play a World Series of Poker online. You don't really bet. You play. You earn points and money. And I did a lot.
And that's what I do.
Yeah.
It was for practice. Because friends were going to Vegas and Atlantic City, and so they wanted to learn how to play blackjack, and Hold'em just happened to be on the side.
Yeah.
So that's what we were doing. I was trying to teach them. I'm not very good, but I know the rules. And what I was going to say to you, Joey, is don't fold on a check. If you can check, don't fold, no matter what. Just ride it out, baby.
Yeah, I know.
And I know that if you got a free play, play it.
People think when they got the bullets in their hand, pair aces, they think that it's the strongest. Sometimes it doesn't turn out to be the strongest. You
might end up with only that pair. So,
exactly right. I played blackjack. That was my forte for years. I spent a lot of time at blackjack tables, and I know that game pretty good. I know when to hit, when not to take a hit, when to double down. I know I know all the format of 21 pretty good, and I've had my ups and downs. But I learned a long time ago, the pros that play Hold'em, these are the guys that all year round they play wherever they live, wherever they're in their casino, and they have a rule of thumb. They go with $200 every night. And it's not about what they lose or win each night. Their totals come at the end of the month. This is what this guy told me. So he takes 200. If he has a bad night, he don't go back to the ATM and get more money. He's done for the night. He's done. Tomorrow's the whole, and then you say at the end of the month, you total up where you're profitable. These are what pros do. If you're profitable, but you got to be really a pro to do that. They're disciplined. These guys are disciplined. Most of them go with like $150. The guys like they go with $1,000 at any table, 21, and they drop it right away. They go right to the ATM machine. You're never going to get out of a hole if you've already lost 1,000, 1,500. You're never going to catch up. Never. You're never going to catch up. You're about to chalk that day up. I'm guilty of doing that many a times, but I also know that in 21, you got to hit the casino within the first 30 minutes. If you're not making a dent in 30 minutes, it's time to go out for the day, because they will eventually get you to go past that. They're going to get everything you got and your bank account. They can if you're a compulsive gambler. And at one point in my life, years ago, I got compulsive pretty bad. And I tell you, it's I've had a lot of bad things that I've done to myself in my life, with a lot of vices that I took a lot of years to just give up on it and realize that I fucked up a lot of things. Here's the thing I messed up. Yes, I took care of my family always. But here's the thing. If I didn't gamble and if I didn't do drugs, just imagine what I have for my retirement right now if I didn't waste the money like that. This is where...
Don't do that to yourself, man, because then you're going to start being... I understand. You're like, oh, fuck. At least you're regretting it and not
I do. For that reason.
Letting it beat you down.
Exactly. I know that. I just said, if I was even smart a little bit, even 20%, 10% of my money that I blew without even thinking about it, if I just put a little bit of that away, I'd be more comfortable now, where I could really say, hey, you know what? I worked my whole life. I'm getting my Social Security now. I got a nice savings. I'm going to be okay. I don't need nothing more than that. I just got my wife with me to make sure she's happy. But now I know that I got a strong wife. My wife is resilient. She's strong. She's younger than me, and she's pretty damn smart. She's way smarter than me. She's got degrees, and she's going for another degree. And you know what? I'm so blessed that I got her, because I don't know what I'd do without her, Sperg. I really don't. I just really don't. When I was overweight, I couldn't even bend over to put my socks on. She'd come and put my socks on every day. Just things she would do without me even have to ask. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm losing the weight, I lost the weight, I've got a lot of mobility back. I could actually lift both my legs. I couldn't lift my left leg up for nothing when I was heavy. I couldn't do it. I couldn't lift it up that much. You saw my feet. You see how swollen my feet were. Yeah. I was in bad shape, and I had to come to a decision. I'll be honest with you. If I didn't start taking care of myself, I probably would have died this year. I probably would have been stroked out, or I would have had a major heart attack I wouldn't have came back from. And I'm telling you, it would have happened within 6-8 months of this year. I would have been gone. I really know that. I believe that in my heart. And I'm glad that I decided to, not because anybody was saying it, not because anybody, I did it. I made a decision. I've got to take care of myself. I've got to take care of me first before I'm good to anybody else. And that's when I said,
right there, boss.
That
was it.
And I did that. Made the promise with my new doctor, and he called me last night. I had a televisit with him. Like we do that every couple of weeks, and he says,
"Chris Mack in the house."
Hey, Chris, good guy, Chris Mack. I love Chris Mack. And the doctor says, "Joe, I'm proud of you, and you did everything you said." I told him, Doc, I'll always be truthful with you, because a lot of people I watch, my friends, do you tell your doctor about all the drug use you did in your life? Why would I do that? I go, because if you don't tell him that, how is he? And you did a lot. He don't know you did that. He can misdiagnose something. I was very blunt. He goes, I told my doctor in detail all the drugs I'd done, because that's going to be, he can understand now why things might be wrong. You know what I'm saying? And,
yeah, it's what kind of stress you put onto your heart and your lungs, and
exactly
what that does to your brain.
And
it also
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was going to say it makes them. They're not going to just hand you opiates and possibly get you addicted to that. You know what I mean? Not just as a liability, but even as a human being. You know, it's like that's something that they shouldn't do as a doctor now, or you putting yourself in that position where here's 30 Percocet and then here's 90 Percocet, and you're like, fuck, man, now I got 120 a month, and then you're selling half a bottle, and it's a slippery slope.
Now,
so
Sperg, we're all humans here, and I'm pretty sure that you've dabbled in your share of mischiefs in your younger years. I'm sure you've dabbled with experimented with drugs. I wasn't an opiate guy ever. So when people like Spiel Buckman popping off the other day about they call it there's help for people that are on drugs. Well, I got news for him, and he never did a drug, so he probably don't understand this. And I'll give him the fact maybe he never did. I know he said he was a drinker in his younger days, but I tried to get the message to him. There's no medication for anybody that was on methamphetamine. It's not like methadone. Only opiates they can help you get off of. Methamphetamine, there's nothing in place for anywhere in this country that can get you off methamphetamine. Nothing. And that's even when you go to rehab, when you call and say, I want to come to rehab, I want to clean myself. But all we can do is keep you clean, but there's nothing to help you stay off, because there's nothing in this world to get you off methamphetamine. They have nothing. And he doesn't understand that. Because there was nothing that I could take that was medication that would make me stop. Nothing. Right.
There's I understand what you're saying. There's not, like you said, if you're on heroin, you would go to the methadone clinic.
Correct.
I mean, heroin was so bad. There's needle exchanges. There's a van down the street and around the corner that sits next to the church. It's just a white van, and nobody knows what it's there for. But if you know, you know. And there's not a lot of help for meth, and people, except getting arrested and going to jail, and then having them deal with you.
Exactly.
Or having a health scare and you're in the hospital for a week, and that doesn't even work because people go right back to the shit.
That's right.
9 out of 10 people relapse every single time. It's up to you. And you, right back to what you were saying, Joey, you have to love yourself enough to get healthy. Right. And it does help to have somebody that you love enough that you want to get healthy to help be better for them. You want to better yourself to help make somebody you care about be the best version they can be.
You can't love somebody if you don't love yourself. If you can't love yourself, how could you give love to anybody else? You just can't. If you hate yourself at a point in your life, you're dead to everybody until you start loving yourself again. You have to. It's vitally important. I've learned that much in life. And it's like Shmuel, his other thing with me that people ask, because everybody always asks what's the problem with Shmuel. Listen, I went on Shmuel's show and I listened to him, but he says he hates my guts because I don't take advice from no. He's so wrong. Even you gave me many advice. I'm a very different person. I might not jump at that advice, but I listen to everything everybody tells me. I process it in a different way. And I do respect the fact that Rocco has gave me a lot of help and Shuli gave me a lot of help. And I've made changes. It just took me a little longer. And he says I'm a piece of shit because I didn't, all the good people that helped me, I'd shit on them. I did not shit on them. I did not. I did take advice, a lot of their advice. I did, but it took me a longer time.
Some people's advice just ain't worth listening to,
and that's also true. But it's a back and forth, and like you said, and here's the difference of it as well. When we're doing this, you got 18 people shouting 18 different opinions, and like you said, Joe, you got to kind of parse that out and see what works for you.
Right.
I like fucking around, like, and to the other point, like exaggerated jokes and stuff, calling you half Puerto Rican when I know you're not. You know what I mean? Like
that part, that I don't bother. It's funny though.
But that's what I mean. And so it should be more fun than not.
Yeah.
But sometimes things get personal, and that's what we got to watch.
And Ronnie
Shmuel might not have the most wide view on how to deal with being a drug addict or rehabilitation or living in this type of environment. Where it's like someone that's right outside the door all day.
Right. Someone that's never been to jail, it's a perfect guy in the devil. And because I went to jail, let me tell you something, I can promise you, there's probably a good percentage in this Dabbleverse of people that got a felony. I promise you. Maybe they're just not going to come forth to say that. But the ones that usually come at me the hardest, they're probably been in trouble with the law. And yes, I'm a felon. But does that, when some people say you're a felon, that makes you a piece of shit in my country, you don't deserve. I hate people like that. Because people do change and can change.
Like Bo says here, CatalanoCon should have been happening this month.
It should have been. It was already. It should be in 3 days from now. It was supposed to be March 7th. It's Saturday the 7th. It's Saturday the 7th.
I think so.
5th, no, Friday. It was going to be Friday into Saturday, the 7th and 8th. This was the weekend. But we got a good idea now. Who came up with the idea about going to talk to the Hard Rock, which is just right down the road?
Me, you stupid fuck.
That's right. You were. So we're going to go and try to.
Oh, my idea,
Joey. Yeah. We should do storage units together.
Lou knows he was always welcome to come and do that with me.
Hey, you know what? I'll actually do the holding of the camera.
That wasn't the problem. Is I didn't mic myself. Here's what I should have wore. These are portable mics that you plug into your phone, and then you strap these mics. This is the portable stuff. These little things here. This is for outside. You strap one to your phone, which plugs into your phone, and then this is you mic on people. I got 2 mics. You put them on your body, turn them on, and Bluetooth them. And this is what I should have had on. I forgot this that day. But Rocco jumped the gun, and then he apologized. He called me and said, the footage is better than I thought it was. He goes, I might need you to do a little voiceover. He goes, but it was good. You gave me some great. I gave him 5.5 hours of some great footage. And
again, you use the shittiest camera in the world to do.
I use my Android, but he's happy. Yeah. The only thing I'm a little that he kind of shut me down now but it's okay. I made the deal with him. He's not showing storage ports to Hackamania, which gave me about a 2.5 month gap of not doing it. But I think it's going to go well.
Well, technically, you could have done it for yourself.
Nah, I don't want to mess his show up. I don't want to mess the show up, but I can't.
Again, you're not messing up a show because you know what you could have been doing?
No.
Buying the unit.
I could
recording the stuff that's in the unit, and then you send him the footage, so he has episodes.
Well, we did get one more, so we got 1 more. We're going to send them for the
4 and 5 already in the tuck.
We got 3.
I think Rocco's idea of showing it at Hackamania was stupid.
I don't know.
He should have did little clips here and there to lead up to it.
He's pretty smart, Rocco. He's a pretty smart guy.
I'm not saying he isn't. I just think the way he's going about it, just holding it all till Hackamania. Kind of,
it's like here's how I play with Rocco. He's doing Tukey Soup last night, so I text him during the show. Tukey, you got to listen to me very carefully. Do not trust JT. He is a double spy. I'm telling you, he's out to get you and me, Tukey. Rocco is working with him. Rocco and El Horrible are no good. Be careful, Tukey. You must. And Cardiff, you definitely can't trust him. Tukey, if you need my help, call me. But watch Rocco, El Horrible, and definitely JT. Double spies.
I heard JT's a liability
like that to him, and if he catches it, he'll go. Tukey will go, and I love it because he'll fucking rip on me. But it's just how I like to. I have that relationship with Rocco. Rocco's been very good to me. He's been more than been kind to me. He he looks out for I was always taught if you get any type of power in life or fame or anything, you always take care of your own. If you're Italian, Italians should take care of your family and your Italians. You take care of the Italian neighbor. If you're Hispanic, you do the same thing. If you get to the point where you can do that for people, you do that first and foremost. So I was always told if you make anything yourself, take care of all the Italians that are less fortunate, first and foremost. And I'm a firm believer that. And I believe Rocco is old school that he looks out for me. A lot of it to do because we're the same nationality. And I think in his heart, we do have a good friendship relationship, and I understand him. At least he talks to me like a human. A lot of guys come at me, they don't talk to me like a human, and I am a human. And you're not. I know,
barely.
And I'm as dumb as I sound sometimes, and I don't claim education. It's my best strong point, but I do try to learn. It's like I came up with this idea last week about doing. I thought about it when a person's hooked on drugs really bad, they just can't quit. They're obsessed with that drug. If they put it, so they're a junkie. They're junkie for that. If a person says addicted to soap opera, they're a soap opera junkie. You understand? So I said the Dabbleverse Junkies news report, 30 minutes only, and you watch 6 different shows a week. I'm watching, and the first show is going Saturday 8 o'clock. It's a 30-minute now from start to finish. There's no interruption. It's going to be news, and we're going to give out these awards. And the winner for last week was a tie on the John coverage between B. Dabbler and Shirley, who did an outstanding live coverage on that. And the first place award is the Syringe Award. You followed the humor behind it? You follow me?
I see.
Thank you. And then we get
first place gets a syringe. What does second place get?
Oh, I have get the second place for a chatter, the best phone caller into the people that have phone call. But here's the thing. People are going to start thinking I'm going to do the same and pick fair. 6 new shows every week will have a chance to get these awards. I'm going to be fair. It's not gonna be Shuli or Rocco or MLs. It's gonna be 6 different shows from anybody that has a show in endeavors. I'm gonna evaluate, and they're gonna get these four categories, and it's gonna end at exactly 30 minutes. And the character is not Joey C. I had a guy that I hung out with that was a friend of mine in my 20s and 30s who rode a crotch rocket everywhere he went. He was an Italian guy. He was a funny guy. And every time he was coming to me, I'll be honest with you, to either bring drugs or pick up drugs, we would always say, how long? I'll be there half an hour. Okay, don't worry. Everything out of his mouth was a half an hour.
A half an hour.
So, I nicknamed him Half an Hour Frank. And that's who's the hostess of the show, Half an Hour Frank. I'll be Half an Hour Frank. And I think it's, and Rocco, I kind of presented it. He kind of laughed. And it's going to air this Saturday at 8 o'clock from 8 to 8:30.
Okay, you know what? Here's a challenge.
Right?
Make sure you do it for 2 fucking months before you decide to quit.
I am. Excuse me, guys. What?
Even if you don't quit. But, Sperg, let's touch on something.
No.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Guys, I'll be right back, right?
Yeah. You'll go. We gotta let Chris Mack, our fellow book club nerd, know in a little thing. Personal reasons have forced us to kind of step away. Hopefully, we can be back maybe in June, or if not June, July.
May.
Sure.
Yeah. Or
So,
if there's other times to get 3 chapters in, we can do the show then too.
I would,
as
bro,
long as they're
all bullshit. I would love for us to be. I understand our lives are different. If we could squeeze it in Saturday mornings, like at 9 a.m. to 11, that would be perfect. It still gives Pineapple more than enough time to do his what is his show on Saturdays?
Echo Chamber.
No, he does
pint dabble pint.
No, that's not Sunday.
The Saturday
Between
one is
two
with
hacks?
That's the
Between
one on
two hacks?
Saturdays. Between two hacks.
Saturday one is with OG Mumbling Nick. Between
two
two hacks.
Between two hacks.
I said it 3 times. You fucking.
Yeah, I didn't hear you. I was overthinking myself. But if we could get
I named 7 shows he does before the right one anyway, though.
Yeah. Can Lou and Bichetti do a show together? Hell no, Tukey. No.
Oh.
I have a hard time understanding that, gentleman.
Bichetti grew into a grandma, I think. That's kind of crazy that you're doing a show with him, Joey. That's funny to me because, like,
we got a lot in common though, more than you think.
Well, and it's not that. It's just he's like I know he did a show with Artie Lang. Like there was the Quitter podcast they did together.
Yeah,
and he's a legit stage comedian. He's done his time. But he's a dabbler now. It's like, and because of Brennan, really, and I think he likes it. And the show that you're doing with him is something that he enjoys too.
That's right. That's why he gets all ideas of what he wants to put on deck. He does this, he researches it, emails me 3 days before, and then I'll do the legwork. I'll find whatever we got to do on clips and stuff like that. So, and it's working out well. And he got food poisoning this Sunday. So about 2 hours before the show, he said, Joe, I ate some bad Chinese. I'm sick. And I said, well, Mike, I'm not going to do the show without you. I said, it's our show. So I'll just bang it and move it to next week. And that's what I did. So, and
damn, that sucks.
What?
Because Sperg knows who I'm talking about, but there's no fucking clips of Michael Ray Bauer and Karmic from that fucking show they did the other day where fucking Michael Ray Bauer wearing that same Voltron shirt again.
I was going to bring him up today, Michael Ray Bauer. I like the guy. I kind of melted, kind of did him like he did me with the father pass.
Yeah.
And
he's a fucking doofus, bro.
He's got a car now, and he invited anybody wherever
he got a car, don't he?
He got a car. Let's do lunch. I want to have some friends. I'm excited. Let him come here. I'll have lunch with the guy. I'll even take him out.
But what, you gonna have him drive from L.A.?
Well, I'm saying if he said he was gonna start doing some traveling. If he ever makes it down this way, I'll have lunch with the guy. I mean, I think the guy is he's a trooper.
He's an L.A. guy though, so yeah, Michael Ray Bauer's not in Florida, but it's nice to see that he has a car.
Yeah,
he's doing better than a lot of people. Well, the Bauer's issue is he doesn't have a friend.
Right.
Like somebody because he has a lot of the same problems that I end up thinking about if I'm alone too much or if I'm on my own too much, He's in his own headspace and it's just getting back to him back and forth. I'll let you take that call, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, you can say something. I got to take this call.
But He's a sad boy, and he needs a friend to keep him. He needs somebody in his passenger seat in that new car. His, taking him to the movie theater and hanging out and making sure he's not a fucking
plenty of friends.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't understand why he doesn't.
They could be fake friends,
or even like this, dude. I mean, we're friends to a degree. I would like to think. Even we don't hang out outside of this, but.
Can you send it to me in a DM on Twitter, please?
Ooh, the final boss clip, Karmic X and Michael Rainbow.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not upset with you.
Here we go.
You're irrelevant to me, buddy. But if you would like to have a conversation, please come down to Joey's house and we could talk it out. That's all.
I don't think talk means talk in that sense.
No, I can have a civil conversation with a person.
I know you can, dude. I know you can.
Like, people want to sit there and insinuate I'm this nefarious person. I've done nobody wrong. You guys have no motherfucking proof that I've done anybody wrong. Y'all just running y'all bitch ass mouths like I did something, but I haven't. Again, I don't give a fuck about your boy. You should think about why your boy wants you to fuck some dude in the ass. That's not a friend.
Whoa. I mean, Latanya's kind of cute, though.
Huh?
I said Latanya's kind of cute, or it's Angie, or one or the other.
Whatever floats your boat, my guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge. If that's what you want to do, go for it.
Oh, the pineapple's got you editing.
No, the pineapple's got me. I'm conversation with him right now on X. He said that he just told me that something about his retarded child and something about trying to stab his wife again. I said, let me know when they finish the job. That's what I'm writing back. Yeah.
We can have a simple conversation. That's what happens when you show up. We have a conversation. We could be grown men.
We can be. I learned that we all
can be grown men, or we could take it that way. It's your choice. I don't care.
I agree. I agree with that very much. Like, and at the end of the day,
I'm about a conversation. I don't think violence, but if violence ensues, then that's what it does.
Right.
But no, we could be human and have a conversation. I personally don't know you. But for you to sit there and say, I could never come on your show when I've never insinuated on wanting to go on your show.
Hey, Sperg, after Lou's done, I want to ask you something. Go ahead, finish yours, Lou. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Sperg, I don't know if you've ever put what state you live in, so I'm not going to say. I think I know where. I'm not going to say what. But
Ohio.
If I ask you a question about your state, you're okay with that?
Yeah. No, I live on the west side of Cleveland. Everybody knows I'm not abashed where I'm at.
Okay. How well do you know Youngstown?
There is a college there. There are rehabs there. I don't really know it as a city that well.
Is it close to Cleveland?
It's 2 hours from here.
About 2 hours. But Youngstown at one time was a very powerful town, wasn't it? Politically and mob tied up pretty good, but in the 70s and 80s.
Cleveland, the whole Northeast Ohio was all mobbed up through the 70s, and
Andy Green, the Irishman, he had a big part of that. So there was a lot of mob activity. I believe Angelo Bruno was the guy that ran Cleveland. Or wasn't it? Wasn't he from Cleveland or was he from Pennsylvania? I'm not sure.
That's a lot before my time, man. Yeah. Like, I was born in 81, and a lot of that lore is only now being brought up.
Right. You're born the same year as my wife. You guys are both in 81. That's amazing.
All right. Yeah. 81 babies. Yeah. But like, it was mobbed up until and politically so, until this guy, Frank Russo was the last name, and there's this other guy, Jimmy DeMora. If you look into Jimmy DeMora, Cleveland, Ohio, these guys were city council. Like, swear to God, they would just go from restaurant to restaurant eating food all day and not doing taking kickbacks, straight up the shit you would think. Contracting gigs, going to places that they shouldn't be going to, free work on the councilman's house or whatever the fuck he was. You know what I mean? Like, it was pretty bad up until about 2005-ish, 2010 even, maybe that late. Yeah. But throughout the 70s, it was exactly the cronyism you would expect it to be, you know? Coming to America with Don fucking, you know who I'm talking about, Don King. He was from here.
Okay.
And he almost beat a guy to death.
Yeah, I remember that. He actually went to prison. Didn't he go to prison for that?
He either just served time and not for attempted murder. It was just a felonious assault. But he put a dude like near death. It was an attempted murder.
Yeah, that's what his younger years. Yeah, they talk about that in the movie they made about him. In the beginning of him, he was a guy owed him money or something. He was dabbled in some illegal businesses that he did to get a name for himself, and he was a pretty bad guy. He was a tough guy, from what I understand, really tough guy. And yeah, I heard about he beat a guy near to death, and but he somehow didn't get charged with attempted murder, and he did a little bit of time, I think, and he came out, and that's how he invented the whole persona with the boxing. I think he became Don King, which was brilliant. How with the hair up and the wild hair, and became molded to Don King, and that came from all his early life of what he did on the streets. To be, he made a statement. He wanted to be a very wealthy, successful businessman in some field, and he did that, by becoming Don King. So.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, much like you coming back with the devil, you either recover and do something about it and make your presence be known, or you just, like I said, it's either that or go away.
Well, the reason I mentioned that,
you had one or two things, and I was betting you might just quit.
Yeah. Well,
because of the track record.
You're right. And I said, but this time around, I said, if I come back, it'll be on my terms. I was very honest. I didn't know if I was really completely done. I felt that I was, but I felt it doesn't matter until I get myself and show some results in my health. This was the last thing on my list. When I finally made the decision that I can't put streaming first of all, I can't sit at this desk all day. I got a life of my wife. I finally went and got results, then I started doing little shows here and there, and to see if people still there. The criticism wasn't as bad. It wasn't harsh no more. It was just good old ball busting with a few people that came in. I made the decision that one thing I was going to stop, and I swear to you, I don't even read the chat. I haven't read the chat room, probably my last, unless I say I'm going to read the chat room. I don't even look at it. I don't even have it up on my screen no more. And I found out people that told me that you'll see how, if you do this consistently, you're going to see how much you're going to flow better. And they're right. I don't know what's being said in the chat unless Lou says, let's go to the chat, or I say, let's see today what the chat is, unless we're doing super tip. Mentally, it done me wonders not to watch it. Lou used to tell me, forget it. You don't watch the chat, I'll handle the chat. And I just couldn't do it.
Check your email.
I couldn't do it. Check me by email. So the reason I brought up Ohio is I got my first real endorsement from a politician that's near Youngstown. He's been in office. He won the primary against J.D. Vance for senator seat in Ohio.
Okay.
But he lost to J.D. Vance in the election, but he won the primary, and he's been a city councilman. And I'm part of this thing called goodparty.org, where they gave me a free website. They give you lessons, coaching you how to go out and the proper way to get donors, how to lay out your format for your campaign. And I posted my stuff up there, and he wrote me, he goes, I read a couple of your policies that you want to change. When he goes, I got to tell you, we park our cars in the same garage. He goes, I want you to know something. And he gave me this whole thing about he says, independents have got shot down for 40 years because not because they were weak, because they really were the strength, and the red and the green was what everybody went. But the tide is turning. They're tired of the red and the blue. They're tired of the traditional. And he says, I'm going to back you. I'm going to give you your first endorsement. I'm going to help you and get Ohio signatures for you. And he goes, I spoke to the mayor of Youngstown, who's a newly elected mayor, and I'm putting your name all out. And he's writing all this stuff on all these platforms. This candidate he'll help balance. I see big things coming out of him. And he says, even at best, if you win, he thinks that other politicians are starting to notice me. And then, of course, I rely on AI as a tool. I want everybody to make that clear. But I put in Grok, because Grok, a lot of people put Grok in that I've got less than 1% chance. Grok has said this: if the momentum that I got going, I've got a chance to jump in the next 8 months from 1% to a 15% chance to get this, as long as I continue to get signatures to get these states. And I believe strongly that I take it as so serious that I really want to win, because I really want to. I think they need that guy that's like them, like an average guy that has struggled and had all this. My whole platform from everybody I talked to, it's got to be me, what I went through, the pain I went through in life. That's the only way I got a shot with the real people in America, is they see someone real that went through pain and how I kept getting back up from everything. Nothing knocked me down. I survived and kept moving forward. And that's what they're looking for today. And even though a lot of people are mad, and I think it's just the haters about what Donald Trump did, 47 years, a federal, one of the representatives, he posted in Donald Trump's his X version of his. It's called True Social, that he started after when he was mad with X and all that, and it's just pretty much politicians. But this guy wrote a statement yesterday. He says, instead of being mad at Donald Trump, first of all, you're talking about a country for 47 years that was oppressed, and they had nothing. They were miserable. So why don't we just give Donald Trump did the right thing, because he did the right thing. I don't care what anybody says. It was done. This guy, 47 years. Who knows if he would have got nuclear wars if he would have tried to take us out? And second of all, let's just be happy for the people in Iran. They're free now. And let's see how they progress. And it's true. You can hate Donald Trump as a presidential move. I think he did the right thing. I don't care what anybody said. He did the right thing. It was time. It was time. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's
it's time for you to go get the fucking email before Sperg has to go.
Oh, okay. I will.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't. Sorry, you sent it to my regular.
Well, but you got a grassroots movement going for your presidency, and the other thing that I want to make a comment about that. No actual shade on Clearwater Chad, but I don't think he's taking it as serious as you are. To be honest,
at first, that's why we did a thing. Yeah, I think I agree. At first, I think he really thought I was just doing a work here, and I tried to tell Chad, this is real. If I put your name in there, we got to watch. You got to, and he understands now. I told him, I was very upfront. I said, listen, if you really want to do this, just know I can't put on the application Clearwater Chad. That's not going to fly. I have to give your information. So are you prepared for that? Because once they go and look and see, you're going to know who you are. So are you prepared for that? I gave all, and he said, I want to do this with you. Okay. And I love Chad as a person. I think he's a wonderful person. I think he's a good, wholesome guy. I don't think he's got any ill harm to anybody. And I think
ill will spills kill. Get the fucking email up.
I'm pulling it up, Lou. Hang on.
Jesus Christ. Okay, at least you're directing the show, Lou. It's all right. It's all right. Because that's my fault. I asked him the question.
Yes.
Okay, then that's all you got to say, Lou. Give me a minute to do this. All right.
Jesus.
I was the one that asked the question.
We're gonna make Sperg here your fucking campaign manager.
Here's the thing. My big thing is, how am I going to find a true campaign manager? Most campaign managers want to win. They're in the fight to make that candidate win. But there's a lot of chances I'm not going to win. So how do I find someone that's, and it's simple. Someone that has been beat up in politics, that has tried to get elected himself, who just believes in certain things, and find the guy that believes in what you're on, and that's what it'll be about, the platform, about what you want to put into place, and get someone that'll believe in that. That's where you'll find your true campaign manager. Right now, I need two key things. I just signed up with the bank in the same bank that all the big dogs use for campaign funds. I'm part of that bank now. I went right to the top and got accepted. So now all the contributions that will come in, and he told me 6-8 months from now, you won't get no big donors. You won't get the guys that drop millions, but you will, even the state representative, you'll get guys that will drop, if they believe what you do, and you they look in your eye and they see that you're really fighting hard. They'll drop 10 grand in that account. And you might need about a $250,000 to get you done, to get your signature. He said it could happen if you keep every day doing what you're doing. It could happen. And that's all I'm saying is, whether you want to vote for me or not and believe in it, this is real. It's not a work, and I really want to do this. Whether I do it or not, at least I can say I try. And then when I get full pardons that I'm going to be getting, one for Illinois, one for Florida, and then I got to wait another year for the one from the federal one, I'll run for maybe a smaller office somewhere in Tampa, and I'll become I will. But I don't shut myself out of this, because I know how America's turning. The people are going to want a strong independent. I think an independent for the first time in history is going to win, whether it's me or another independent. I think the tide has turned on that.
I don't know, but
against the other independents. I believe it's time now. All right, I have it. I have to just download it, Lou. I got it.
Why do you have to download it?
Well, okay. All right. I see what you don't want me just to do it the other way. Okay. All right. Let me stop. Lou, you can't do this shit to me in the middle of. All right, let me go. I have to go over here and do this, guys. So we got to add Sperg here. You know what I got to do, Lou? I'm going to take myself out while I do this, so you guys can stay on this screen. I don't know I hope I don't change you guys. Let me take myself completely out here, and I gotta take me about 2 minutes to do this. Let me take.
Why don't we just go into the dynamic scene and just do it that way? No, it don't.
Makes
Ah, shit. All right. We'll do that. We'll do it your way.
Do it my way. I mean, if that's the case, then I could bring it up myself.
Well, all right. We'll go to dynamic now. I got to add everybody in the dynamic. So we got to add.
I mean, all you got to do is just add Sperg to the scene.
I got you. Now let me do it this way.
Yeah, see him right there.
All right. So this is not what I wanted to do, but okay, we'll do this. Now I have to go here, share screen, and this is okay. I have it here. All right, and share, and then okay, there we go. And I have to go over here. And are you ready to play it? Here we go. And everybody, this is the clip that I'm supposed to play. Final boss.
Skins, Small P, Karmic
Small
X.
penis. Yeah, they made a song. Somebody made a video or a song about me. Because I was feeling brave one day. A lot of people, again, they don't know this about me, but I go through ups and downs, man. I try to feel brave, and then I have my really low moments. Then I try to feel brave again, come out of the shadows.
Okay.
He's kind of like you with the transparency.
Yeah.
He tells the world all his business.
Right.
The ups and the downs. Transparency for the win, buddy. You and him got something in common.
Yeah, listen. I only learned of this guy because Melton used to blast this guy every other show. This is Melton brought him to the Dabbleverse. No one else did. This is Melton's baby here. I think he's going to be great for the Dabbleverse if he goes full throttle in the Dabbleverse. I got nothing against the guy. I understand what he's going through, and he. I hope he fully understands what he's getting into coming into the Dabbleverse because I don't think
he understands the concept.
That's what I'm afraid of because. He's hurting now off of what Melton did, and Melton could destroy anybody. Melton is the best when it comes to that. But
dude, they could have made money. They're doing this shit for free when they could have made money at Hackamania.
Yeah. Well, he did. He turned Hackamania down, correct?
They both did.
Yeah. Well, Karmic, I think, blew his shot there. I don't think Karmic turned anything down. I think he
Karmic.
Would you say Karmic blew his shot because of the way he turned?
Yeah, both of these guys fucked up. Well, in here, I'll give you guys more examples. Melton offered Michael Ray Bauer a PC.
Right.
And Michael Ray Bauer refused it because of stipulations and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I wish fucking one of these guys would offer me a PC to do an hour-long show to show up and do a show. Fly me out and give me a free PC. I'll do whatever you want. Well, within reason. Karmic, all you had to do, Karmic, was get Michael Ray Bauer, who's on your show currently, to come hang out at Hackamania. You guys didn't even have to do a fucking show. All you had to do was fly your ass out there, hang out, and then bill Melton. That was it. That's all you had to do. But they can't. It's a pride issue, man. These guys got some type of pride issue, which is. In my opinion, Karmic is ironic because he bitches about Melton so fucking much, but won't dump the super tips.
Right.
At least I can give Chad some credit for having integrity to say fuck Melton and fuck his super tip system too. You know what I mean? I'll give him that. I don't like Chad, but I'll give him that. If you're going to say motherfuck somebody, don't stay on his payroll.
And I'm glad you said that because I got to say that I'm the opposite. Chad, I think, is a great guy, and I really relate to Chad, and we're becoming good friends. And he even said we're so close together. Why we don't do something? But he did call me the other day, and I guess he's putting together some event at the end, the 17th of this month, and he wants to be there with some pretty big name people. And so I'm looking forward to that. And Chad and I can say I like him a lot. I think he's so different than what people portray. And yes, he's made his share of mistakes. He admits that. He does that. But I think Chad is very good at when he said he was in here to debate people and come and get on guys like Cumia. I think he accomplished that, and I think he brings a lot to his podcast. I think he's got a good fan base. The guy makes money. He really does. He does good, and he's got a big crowd every show. And I think I like him. I like him a lot, and I'm glad that we finally met. And he made a big, he used to say, I'm not going to talk bad about Joey C. I don't know him. He's never been in my realm. He's not a comedian. Why do I have to get with this guy that is just nothing in common? Until he met me and he shook my hand. He goes, "You're okay, man." He goes, and he goes, I can hang with you. He says, "You're a decent guy," and I am. I'm so much different than a lot of people think that I am. with that, I am human and made a lot of mistakes. And the other thing that I wanted to before we go on with this is my other question, because Sperg, I really think when you speak on somebody, I think you give it 110%. I've always said it about you. I don't think that you go in at half-assed. If you're going to criticize somebody, I believe you take really deep thought to say what you mean.
Thank you, Joey. I appreciate that.
Whether it's the person's going to take it that they're pissed off or they're going to thank you. I really do. You're one of the true people that I've always said that about you, that takes the time to say something that's going to be meaningful, whether it's going to be criticism or something good. So I give you that 110% all the way across the board. And what did you really think? And I want your honest opinion. When Karmic started going saying, I thought, I laughed out of my chair. You're just trying to ride me for exposure.
I disagreed with that wholeheartedly because,
and I want you to be honest.
Listen, Karmic, you don't. There's nothing that Karmic was offering that you were going to give him. He thinks he's more popular and has more reach than he does. You are. To be fair, it was between you and Mersh that he got on Alex Stein even in the first place. Right. Mersh kind of floated it. You kind of kept it going, so that way.
Mersh put the initial call in. He whatever he did, how he did. I don't know how he called. If he called Alex, if he has that access. Alex did call me, even though Mersh, and we talked, and I pumped Karmic up so well, and I told Karmic. Karmic didn't even have the decency to follow his up on his own. The night before, he's like, I haven't heard from him. I guess it's off. It's not off. I told you. I gave him my word, and then I wrote him that morning. I go, it's all on. Unfortunately, it got scheduled when Chrissy Mayer was in town, and Kiki or whatever, Kiana, whatever her name is, and that other guy who he was. But he still wanted to bring them on. Everybody's going around saying Alex lost his contract because of bringing us. He already had, at that point, it was not renewing his contract, which was announced 2 weeks before that. Alex knew he wasn't going to renew his contract. So, I mean, that's another thing. I had nothing to do with Alex Stein losing his contract. Alex called me from his show live to tell me Karmic's ridiculous for even thinking that. And he talks about me the last live show. And he tells people, go to Joey C's channel. Every time I'm in Tampa, I'm going to go do something with him. Because we just became good. I do have that reach to him. If I text him, it doesn't take hours. He'll if he's not on the airplane, he'll text me right back. He'll tell me what's going on, and I don't bother him. You know, he invited me to Bubba's. It was nice of him. I wasn't my type of crowd of people. I stayed a good hour, and I left. I went out quietly out the back door, and I just left. It wasn't for me, and I wasn't really into
That's the actual Irish goodbye right there. You just kind of
How much of that pizza did you steal from that event?
I had a couple pieces of pizza. It was late. I didn't want to get bloated. And I looked at my wife, like, you want to go, baby? She goes, yeah, I don't feel. The people were all nice people, but a real older crowd of people. You understand?
It's not the crowd you expected to be there.
Correct. It was, and there were a lot of people were doing things that I just felt uncomfortable around. You know, and I just it wasn't my
that's code for booger sugar.
You know what I'm saying? And I just no, I didn't see none of that. But I'm just saying they just were just not the type of people I would hang with on a normal basis. They were all nice people. I shook a lot of hands. I met the biggest guy that I met, and he wrote me, and I thought I was going on his show. He said I had to do a 5-minute video to what my backstory is, what I'm going to talk about. And his wife reached out. Okay, I'm going to give this to the team. I don't know if he's that backed up. But I was going to go on Matt Cox was going to have me on the show. He just got his 1 millionth. He just went over the other day. He was like 50 people short from 1 million, and he was all over 1 million. And
he's an interesting fella.
He's a great. I mean, this dude was the king of scams. This guy,
credit card scams, check scams, all kinds of.
This guy was good at what he did, and his ex-wife. You know, the whole story how he just boogied on his ex-wife. And
hey, dude, we got about 5 minutes with Sperg.
All right, let's go. Let's play this down. All right, enough of that.
You're all right.
Thanks for that answer, Sperg. I appreciate that.
No, yeah, you're all right.
Again, they can make fun of me all they want because they made a funny video. But one day, like, I shouldn't have done it, but I'm not proud of it. But I was watching an episode of the TV show Glee.
Okay.
You know, and it's about, I'm like a theater kid, kind of, you get it? I'm one of
we all know you're a theater kid.
Insecure mentality, whatever. I'm one of those theater kids.
Yeah.
And in one of the episodes,
look at how his face
some of the kids, they get bullied. And then they decided to face their bullies head on. So they printed t-shirts with whatever their insecurities were or their flaws. And one person write, I'm flat chested, or another person would write, I'm scared of men, or whatever their insecurities or their problems
I know what
were.
Michael Ray Bauer's
they posted it on a
insecurity is.
t-shirt. Then the kids in the episode of Glee, they wore the t-shirts in the quad all day, so everybody could witness them telling the world, this is my insecurity, this is my problem. And then, yeah, they're gonna laugh at first, but then after a while, the longer you stand there and show them, I'm not afraid, I accept who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that episode, because I've always had the insecurity, you know, with having a smaller penis, that I was starting to be on YouTube. I made a vlog, and I said, I'm going to let everybody know the truth, man. I have a small penis.
Right.
I do. And
it is fun to kind of let people...
not everybody, but a lot of people in it, like I said, they can't see what we're trying to do. They don't understand it. So by me making that video, then when I posted it,
I mean, it's so hard to say.
95% of the...
I mean, in all fairness, I did air a live show of me going to the doctor saying I had a broken dick. You know what I'm saying? So
there's a difference between a broken dick and a small dick.
Yeah. That's
your dick just wasn't getting up.
Yeah, my dick was just not getting a little push jump started. It needed to be refueled. That's all. I don't know if that was the. I mean, hey, I respect. Hey, you know what? If he had the balls to blurt that out about, and it's true, and he had the balls to do that, I give him a lot of props because he probably hasn't had a lot of girlfriends. Because I don't care.
He was married.
He was.
Yeah.
He lost his wife because he's probably got a small cock. That's probably why he lost her. Though. He must have had a hell of a tongue. He had to because. I don't care what any woman says. Size does matter. I promise you. I promise you that.
Okay, here's the joke that I do for this. I'm not like a stand-up or anything, but the joke that I have is like a lot of ladies do say that a lot. It's not the size that counts; it's the motion of the ocean. But nobody wants to go from New York to Paris in a dinghy.
Right. That's a good joke, but they're lying. Women will not admit that. Now, I'm not saying that all women want a one like this. But they like a little bit more than average. Some women do. Most women, I would say 70% of them. You know what I'm saying? And that's true. If you love somebody and they're average, but they really rock your world, that's a whole different ballgame. But I don't think I've ever heard a woman say, I'm in love with this guy, but he's got a 2-inch penis and stay with him. I don't think I've ever known any woman to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
It's just facts. Guys with
not unless there's a lot of money involved.
You know,
I'm scared to ask, but supposedly LaTanya says she's seen it.
Yeah, that's right. I heard that she did say she did that. I saw that in the chat room. Is that true?
It's in the chat right now. Right?
No, I believe her.
Is he? Should we play? You want to play more of this or what?
Yeah, why not?
He said because how many minutes are left of it? Do you want me to fast forward? There's about 10 minutes left of it. So
the world, and I get it. I understand it, Michael. Why the fuck would you say that? Why would you post that? That is your secret. Nobody needs to know. That is bullshit. I even got that from my own people in my life. Like, what the fuck is this video I just saw? So now they made me afraid. They made me scared. Now I have to rethink, why did I do it? Am I stupid? Maybe I am. So then I immediately take it offline. But now that I take it offline, of course, when it's on the internet for 5 minutes, it's there forever.
Forever, yes.
And then they took it, the Red Bar people or whoever, and then they made a remix video of me saying it. I have a small P. Yay, go me. I have a small P. And that really hurt, man. It fucking hurt when I saw it because they don't understand that I didn't do that to tell the world I have a small penis. I did that to tell myself it's okay.
It's like, yeah, that's their world. And I hope you guys have a pisser together in Hackmania, all these individuals. Melton reached out to me personally and said, if you could get Michael Ray.
Yeah, I know. Of course. That's what he's going to do. The minute you said I was going to be on your show, tell him, become his friend. That's what they did with Tukey. Not interested, Patrick. Have a great show, brother.
And
honestly, I'm proud of you, Patrick. I am. You're making some money. You're making more money than me. You got a Lexus. Congratulations, brother. I'm proud of you. But other than that, don't ever bring up my father again, you fucking bitch. I'm tired of you talking about my father. That is disrespect. And I'm not saying I'm going to do anything to you. I'm asking you. It's just my father's my fucking hero.
All right, I'm going to stop that right there. I would have never came back with, I'm not saying I'm going to do anything. I would have just rolled with that motherfucking thing and put the fear of God in somebody. You know what I'm saying? He comes back. I'm not saying I'm going to do it. You already made the fucking threat, so you might as well go all the way through with it. You know what I'm saying? Because he won't.
That's Bauer's problem, is that he wants to simultaneously be a victim with the situation. Oh, my friends and family were making me feel bad for talking about my small dick, and then he's going to go on now he's upset and angry and is going to defend himself, and he's a tough guy. You know, no, you admitted you have a small dick. People made fun of you. The other people didn't want to know about it, and you told them anyway. That's kind of not nice. Yeah, not a good choice. And then you got upset when people mocked you for it. So
doesn't he have his?
You missed the whole point of the episode.
A wine cup, some shit like that.
I don't know. Yeah, like I got my daughter in a McDonald's cup. Like I got my daughter in a McDonald's. Yeah,
he literally sat there one of his shows and went at Melton because Melton had some box or cup replica of his supposed father.
Yeah,
that he has some of his ashes in. Again,
Michael Ray Bauer has family, and so the ashes are split, and it's actually in a cup. And then Melton does that kind of thing because he knows it irks people. Melton's it's to get a reaction.
He's the best,
and and you see how close to the line he pushes it. It's almost sometimes tasteless.
Yes,
and there's been times where his own fans have told him, "Hey, that's kind of not cool, dude." When it was your daughter that was on the wall with the papers and shit a long time ago.
And he made $6,000 off of
that. People did, he might have made that money, but at the expense of his reputation right then.
Right.
It was a little less egregious with John, I think, because people just don't fucking like John that much. I think you have more respect to some extent than Stuttering John. Yeah, well, I mean, it is the Dabbleverse, dude. Yeah. So, you get what you get and you take what you can get.
Real funny.
As it comes or whatever.
My good friend, that back in the day, it was this guy Donnie drove a limo, and his wife Lori, who passed away. I did talk to him for years and reached out to him about a year ago, and he sounded really different on the phone, like he wasn't all there anymore, and I couldn't understand. I go, man, you sound different from what I remember. He goes, well, he goes, well, me and my wife. I go, Lori, how is she? He goes, Lori passed away some years ago. I lost her. I became a widow, and then I became homeless, and I met this girl while I was homeless, and we helped each other, and we got married, and I was blown away. I'm like, Lori's dead? I felt really bad. He goes, yeah, that was the love of his life. But Lori and him were out one night, and she started telling me a story, and she says, I was in high school, and she says, I was in love with this guy. This guy, I loved him. He was good looking. He knew the right things to say to me. She says, I wanted to marry this guy. This was way before she met Don. And she goes, and I had slept with somebody one time in high school, so I wasn't a virgin, but he was. And I was so excited that me and him were on prom night, we were going to go do something. And now here, picture me. I'm fucked up on cocaine to the max. This is probably 94, 95. Don, my buddy, who's a limo driver, he's fucking blazed. She's blazed. And she starts telling us this story, and Donnie goes, yeah, that's an interesting story. And all of a sudden she goes, and we're getting ready to do it. And he pulls his pants down, and she goes, Joe, she used to call me Guido. That's what the nickname. She goes, Guido, I tell you this. Listen to me. When I tell you, I drop my jaw. I go, wow, he must have been fucking super big, huh? She goes, I called them thumbs. The tip of his fucking thumb is all he's had for a cock. And I go, she goes, and I went, she goes, I never spoke to him again after that, and that was it. And I'm like, whatever reason she blurted that out being fucked up, the way she did it was funny, but she's like, I don't know what her point was, but she said when he pulled his pants down, literally, she nicknamed him Thumb Dick. Not even a full thumb.
But your thumb fingers, baby. You got them thumb hands.
No, he didn't even have that. And I'm like, wow, I kind of felt sorry for this guy. Imagine his life, the rest of his life, he didn't have it. I don't even think he got laid.
Yeah, you don't want that reputation going around. If you got something going on like that, what you want to do is have everybody around you start calling you horse,
Yeah.
Or like in your case, for me, it would be Big Tom or Big Lou or Big Joe. That's what you want your friends. So that way, you start to get a little bit of a reputation.
What was that show that the Entourage show? Remember the Entourage show, that series?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I know
Wasn't
what show
there a
you're
character in there they called him Big Horse? He was in the limo all the time, and it was a scene when they were in the Playboy Mansion, and everybody called him Horse Stick because he went around and portrayed horse stick. But then a couple girls blurted out that he really wasn't a horse stick. He was small. It was a. Do you remember that scenes in that series?
I do not. I didn't watch it.
I do not. I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was funny as hell. He was a black dude that he got this reputation of being a badass, but he was like super hung. And it turned out that a couple girls that he slept with, and he was really bad in bed, and they kind of leaked it out and destroyed his reputation. That was his persona. That people, he was like a big
persona.
Time. Yeah, his persona, and I think he was a rapper or something, and that's how he was selling out. But they shot him right down, and it was funny as hell. Man.
I mean, you got to understand that show came out in the early.
I love that show. That was that was a great show.
It's one of the.
It was super popular too.
Yeah. It was one of the better shows HBO did back.
Do you remember the movie The Last Don that came out? They did a miniseries, and they did Last Don 1 and Last Don 2.
I'm trying to remember. Let me see this. The Last Don.
The guy that played Crocefiso, the actor that played he played in
1997 miniseries.
Yes. And what Jason Guthrie it was a star of that show. Jason Guthrie, you know who he is?
Okay, so
I know his face. I remember the guy's face.
And the guy that played Dante, what was his name? Adrian. What's his name? It'll say the character Dante.
It was a 3-part miniseries based on Mario Puzo's novel.
Right.
Following the powerful.
Danny Aiello played the Last Don. He was the boss. Danny Aiello.
Directed. What else do we have here?
But I forgot the actor's name. I want you to focus on the kid, his grandson Dante. What was the actor's name?
Good question, because I have no clue.
Actors. I could probably look it up. I can't remember his name.
Okay, the cast. Let's see. You got Jason Gedrick. Michelle Burke, Danny Aiello, David Marciano.
What was the second guy's name? He played Dante. Does it show what role he played?
I'm looking here. I don't see no one. Oh, Dante. It was some guy named Rory Corcherain. Dante Santadedo?
No, I don't think that doesn't sound right. I mean, I have to look it up.
The only one I see here playing Dante.
That's Don. He did not the kid part. Not the kid part. He played the one that played the adult. He was like
this is the adult,
right? Because his father was killed in the first one by his uncles because he was part of the family that was against them. They were their rivals. So he let his daughter go through the marriage. She conceived Dante on the wedding night, and then the brothers went in and murdered him. And when he got to a certain age, the mother let him know, you cannot trust your grandfather, you cannot trust your uncles. They murdered your father. And she gave him for the first time, because he was told his father was a cousin and made a mistake with his mother, and he's in Italy, and he can never come back to the United States. And he tried to be a good grandpa. He tried to make it up because he did order his father. So Dante, his mother the whole time was plotting to turn her son into a killer, to kill all her uncles and Cross and everybody. She wanted to wipe out, and he succeeded by killing Joe Mantegna, who was Crocefisio's father. That was the first guy, and he had a crooked LA cop that was doing the hits for him. But the kid that played cast of Last Don, let me make sure it's the right name. I'll look at it and see of Last Don, Dante.
Okay, so this was all 90 minutes each episode.
Yeah, it was a series. It was an HBO series.
It was a miniseries. 3 episodes. It was a miniseries on CBS.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
So it was
boys. I hate to cut you short though, but it's 8:00 and I gotta head out.
All right, hey, Sperg, anytime you want to come back, and I really appreciate you coming on. I was very excited to have you on.
Yeah.
We're gonna end it too. I got to wrap it up here too, because I got to go to my wife's cousin's house, because Well,
give out your fucking 10 memberships.
Oh yeah, let me do that real quick. All right, we'll do that. But Sperg, go ahead and do your plugs, buddy, and we'll see you again next time.
Yeah, I'll make time for you, Joe. Anytime. Just DM me on X, where you can find me at Sperg Snake there, and on YouTube if you'd like to sub up at Sperg Snake on YouTube. Links in the description, Lou. Put them down there for me. Thank you.
Thanks, Sperg.
Boys, thank you. Yeah, thank you for having me. And anytime. Buddy. Yeah, I could talk to you guys for hours. So anytime,
Thanks,
just
buddy.
let me know.
Appreciate that very much. Thank you. Everybody's
Right,
great.
later.
Sperg Snake. You know where to find him. He does a great show with his game show. I love that night. I love bouncing in there when he's doing his game show. You see him on Quadfather Show BYB. He does a lot of stuff, and he's a big part of
You'll
the
catch
original
him Friday
Dabbler.
morning with me and Cupcake.
Yep.
And I believe he has his own Discord. I believe he still has that going.
No Discords. Just follow. No, that was not my Discord. It's just a Discord I'm in. Okay. But yeah, you at YouTube, at Sperg Snake on YouTube. That's the big one I've been pushing. So
very good.
All right, boys. All right. Good night.
Catch you later, buddy.
Good night, buddy. Thanks. You. Everybody, great to have. Good. I love him. I'm glad we had him. So let me take him out of here. So real quick. So anyhow, this kid that played Dante, it was back in was it what year was it? What year it came out in 97? So it would have been the 2003 season. I'm down in my office. It's about the 5th inning, and my boss comes up for the front office, and he walks in with this guy to introduce. He wanted to show him the clubhouse, and he come through. They come through, but they knocked on my office door, and he wanted me, of course, to show the guy, give him the treatment. And I really don't have time. In the 5th inning, I'm scrambling. I got no time to give tours of the locker room. You understand? It's the wrong front office. Always came down at the wrong time. I turn around, and it's fucking Dante, right? Which I love that movie, and I love this character. And I go, well, wait a second, Dante. And he just smiled at me. He goes, do you know who I am? I go, yeah, you played the grandson, Clara Kutzel grandson in the last Don. And I go, what are you doing? He goes, I'm in town filming a Disney movie, a kids movie for Disney. And so I gave him a tour, and he was pretty down to earth guy. He was a pretty good guy. A lot of those guys, when you meet them, believe it or not, a lot of actors, when you meet them, if they're really in a character, they're so good. When you meet them, they don't speak. They're just like silent. They're shy around people. You know what I'm saying? And he was very reserved, very polite. Did not picture the character he played, the ruthless character he played, of how he really was. And he was like a little scared little mouse. You know what I'm saying? But he knew how to play those roles. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought it was interesting. But I mean, again, another day that my boss come down at the wrong time to want me to give a tour to somebody. But of course I did it because I only did it because of who it was, and I loved what he played. Otherwise, I told my boss, kick rock. I ain't got no time for this. So
I want to watch this movie.
You got to watch it. It's pretty good, Lou.
Yeah, I want to watch it. I mean, it's going to suck because it's CBS, but what is this, Mr. Juan, talking about? Joe, the Chicago Crossover event.
Oh, we got a bunch of, let's do the super, I really got to go.
We'll get to the super chats in a second. Give out the free fucking memberships.
Oh, yeah, that's right, the memberships. You're right. Damn it. All right, let me do the memberships. You got me going crazy here. So I got to go in here. Where's the okay, let me give out, we got 10 memberships we're going to give out, guys. And then we're going to wrap it up here because I got to engage with my wife. So just hang on. Oh, that came out good. Very good. You did a good job, babe. Thank you. So that might work then. All right. So good. All right, everybody. I'm going to give out give out 5 memberships. There we go. I don't know if we can pull them up in the EV Bucks, but if they don't come, do you see them in EV Bucks? I don't know if they came up.
I haven't seen anything yet.
Well, I got them. I can tell you who got this. The first 5 I gave out to. Let me just see if they come up here, and then we can put them up here.
Yeah, they're right there.
Okay, you see them?
3. There's 2 so far.
Okay,
there they go.
All right.
Boom. Road Dog.
Right.
The Mule.
Yep.
Jerk off face.
Yeah, jerk off face.
Urban Native. There was.
And there's a thing called At the Pizzarella.
And the Pizzarella.
It's a Pizzarella. Those are the first 5. Second 5 going out now, guys. Welcome to the channel. And let me give out these other 5 now. So we get this part over it, and we can read the super chats, and then we got to get out of here. Membership 15, the last 5. Here we go. 5 more. Here we go. They should be coming up. And let's take it a few. There we go. They're out. Wait a second. The same guy. Oh, no. Here they come now. You should see them now coming in. If you don't, Toodles got the first one.
Bobby Heen, Trigger, and Kenneth Poe's grandmother. That's only 4,
they
though.
Didn't give one out to the 5th one. Didn't make it out to nobody.
Huh.
What I'm seeing.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know how that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on top. Yeah, they gave out 9 of them. One of them didn't get out to nobody. I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah. So super chats.
Here we go.
NJ Ranger came in with the $1.99. Whoa! What is this? A handsome contest.
Thank you, NJ Ranger. Thank you.
And then Base Phil came in with the Canadian $2. Fake views.
Yep. You're right. Yep. When you can prove that, let me know.
Another Canadian $2 from Base Pill.
Mhm.
127 viewers, yet you have 5 chatting. You're a joke.
Yeah. And I want you to go. I went to a chat room yesterday of somebody had 500 people in the chat room, didn't move once. So your theory's a little wrong. I don't buy views, and if somebody is, I can't stop them. And who cares? You're a Canadian. You got no base to anything in the United States. Have a nice day. Good luck with everything. Okay.
Joseph from Slapjaw Timothy Smallwood, 199. Joseph, where has Sonny been? I love Boschetti.
I don't know.
And that's it.
Kahuna, if you're talking about Kahuna, I don't know what he's dealing with, but I'm hoping that he's okay because I don't know. We don't know what's wrong with him. He just had to take some time off. That's all we know. So that's all I can say. That's as far as I know.
Mud Shark was hoping to grab one. He's like, I got robbed.
Yeah, I thought you were because I saw your name come up, and I don't know where it went. We want to again thank Sperg Snake. We definitely want to thank all the Canadians that come in here and think that they mean anything to us. And I'm still waiting for the Canadians. They're gonna. This is it. We're doing them in and shutting them down. And we're gonna. This is it. We got them. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna shut me down. You ain't gonna run me off. There's nothing you can send to YouTube. I'm too smart. And I know what to say to YouTube, and I already put in the works that these are what trolls are going to say. If you think I'm dumb, but I love you guys. You've tried hard, and you failed.
Any super tips?
None. And when I lied and called you a liar, I was right and made you whole. And you want to still be a dick? That's on you. God bless you and your family. And you know what? I know that I made my amends with you, so don't matter what you think of me. Because it got no basis. You're in your place and I'm in my place. You have no relevance to anything in my world. And that's the truth. Have a nice day. That's it. I don't see no super tips.
The show has hit its flow and now it's time to go. So thanks for tuning in to Joey C and Lou the Guy.